Ralph, last hour, Netanyahu gave his first address to the nation since the announcement of the ceasefire agreement overnight. What did he say?
So, Alex, at this point, we are less than 12 hours from when this ceasefire is supposed to begin, and we are kind of in limbo because Netanyahu said that Hamas has not provided the list of the 3 female hostages who are due to be released tomorrow. And he's saying that if Hamas does not abide by this agreement, it is not going to go forward. So there are a lot of anxious people here in Hostage Square who have been gathering for 15 months now, demanding the release of the hostages. They are hoping that that is going to begin tomorrow, but there is an uncertainty hanging over this all right now. Netanyahu also talked about the role that both the present administration under President Biden, but also the incoming administration under President-elect Trump played in bringing this deal about. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Both President Trump and President Biden have provided full backing to Israel's right to resume fighting, to resume combat if Israel reaches the conclusion that the negotiations over the second stage are pointless. I truly appreciate that. I also appreciate the decision of President Trump to lift all the remaining restrictions on the providing of essential munitions and weapons to the state of Israel. If we need to resume combat, we will do so in new ways, and we will do so with tremendous force.
Now, Netanyahu talked about resuming combat there, and that has a lot of people very worried because, as you know, Alex, in this first phase of the deal, it is only 33 of those 98 hostages who are due to come out. Netanyahu has said repeatedly, in public and in private, that he is not prepared to end this war, and that raises real questions about whether he is going to be willing to go from phase 1 of this deal, that 6-week ceasefire, to phase 2, which would see the war ending in its entirety and the full withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. So many, many questions hanging over this agreement right now. And as I said, less than 12 hours until it is due to go into effect. Alex.